One way or the other. There's the cheer. And what a wonderful finish from Nani.
Fortune, Giggs, 8-1.
And there's the first goal for United on this pre-season tour. United received a warm welcome as they kicked off their pre-season tour of Asia. But they didn't have it all their own way against the Malaysian 11 in the Bukit Jaii Stadium.
It's a great effort and a great goal.
Until Michael Owen came off the bench to mark an impressive debut with a goal.
His first United game, his first United goal.
United's tours of Asia are always full of talking points. Sadly, this game tonight has been hastily arranged after the tragic events in Jakarta over the weekend. But it promises to be an exciting night. The Malaysian 11 gave United a great game at the weekend and are looking to do so again in the Bukit Jaii Stadium. And Paddy, you must have enjoyed the weekend seeing Malaysia
I just think it's
really give it their all.
Yeah, it's just very sad sometimes what goes on in this world of ours. Man's inhumanity to man, but we get back to the game on Saturday. It's a pre-season match, first one. You make mistakes, do all the daft things that you hopefully don't do through the season. They get punished for them in Saturday United, which turned out to be an exciting game. But it was great to see Michael Owen coming off the bench and scoring the winning goal.
You've certainly been saying for a long time that Michael Owen has the ability to score a lot of goals for United. Oof. So it proved at the weekend, and we hope he'll do so again tonight. Unfortunately, the crowd is not going to be as big as the weekend's game because, of course, we're not meant to be here. We're meant to be playing a game in Indonesia.
That's a shame, that. But as I said, I mean, when we were here Saturday, the weekend here in the Far East, and there were so many people from different countries round Malaysia that came here. We saw that in our hotel, which was absolutely jam-packed. But, I mean, they're going to get 30, 35,000. I think that's a decent crowd.
And they will look to be impressed by a United side that looks rather like this. Only Johnny Evans has survived from the starting lineup at the weekend. He will play in central defence alongside Wes Brown. Gary Neville gets his first piece of action on the tour along with Michael Carrick and Darren Fletcher. Carrick and Fletcher both missed out at the weekend with slight knocks. And the big news really is that Michael Owen starts in a United shirt for the first time. He's up front with youngster Kiko Makeda, and behind him in midfield, Ryan Giggs and Zoran Tosic also play, with Fabio da Silva at left back and Ben Foster starting in between the sticks.
I'll bet you anything you like to scores again, Michael Owen tonight. With the quality of players he's got in the middle of the park, Fletcher, Carrick, Giggs. I mean, he's obviously going to get balls that he's not had for a long, long time, and I'm sure he'll be converting them into goals. But it's great to see the squad of players that United have got. Another, well, as you say, one player from Saturday and another 10 playing. Everybody's got to get games and get themselves fit for the start of the season. That's the most important thing about the tour. Obviously, you want to win matches. And they certainly will win their games in the Far East tour. I mean, I'm looking forward to Germany when it'll be much more difficult for them.
It's a packed United bench, as expected, with pretty much everybody there, including the other two goal scorers from the game at the weekend. Michael Owen, of course, starts. Wayne Rooney will be on the bench alongside Nani. As for Malaysia, the side who performed so impressively on Saturday, only two changes for them. Tiru comes in at right back and Bunjamin comes into midfield. The star of the show really was Amri Yahya, who became the only local player ever to score 2 goals against Manchester United. And as expected, he starts again tonight and will look to impress and score more goals past Ben Foster and perhaps Thomas Kuszczak a bit later.
Well, it was funny talking to the manager of the Malaysian side. He'd been over at Old Trafford and watched the training, and it's just amazing what you find out. We know nothing, don't we, when we sit at home sometimes. Who comes to Old Trafford to watch training, who does what. Very impressed he was by what went on at Old Trafford, the manager, but his team must have certainly impressed him on Saturday, because they gave United a little bit of a fright, coasting at 2-0, thinking everything's going to be easy, and all of a sudden you're 2 each and you're scrapping for your life. I think, to be fair, our manager would certainly want the game to be like that. They want players to not to be too casual and think, well, we're going out and the game's going to be easy. They've got a different team tonight, but they'll have watched the game on Saturday and thinking, they're useful, this lot. And as you say, little Yaya, quick as anything. Very, very quick. 1 or 2 of their players were quick. They were the problems that were caused on Saturday by 1 of the 2 of the players being quick. They'll make it difficult for United.
So will it be another close encounter, or will it be a totally different ball game? We will find out with all the action after this break. It's not the circumstances that United wanted to be here under, but a second game against the Malaysian 11. A chance for the locals to enjoy some more world-class names. The rest of the United squad not starting are on the bench, and we will no doubt at some point see the likes of Nani, Rooney, Berbatov, Paul Scholes as well.
You're going to educate me here. Is that I've never seen a goalkeeper with a white jersey on before. You seen that before?
We are talking, of course, about Ben Foster,
yeah,
who is just out of the picture as the Malaysians try and regroup and pick up where they left off on Saturday. Foster is wearing the new goalkeeper strip, which, as you mentioned, is white with the red V around the neckline. United playing in red with the black V, the new kit worn for the first time on this tour. We will see various different coloured United kits as we go through the tour, and indeed the Audi Cup. But tonight it's all about the red of United against the blue of the Malaysian Select 11. United hadn't played in Malaysia for 8 years, and then suddenly 2 games come along at once. After the devastating hotel bombings in Jakarta, the Reds are now underway against this Malaysian side again, looking to cause an upset. And they have to do it against the likes of Ryan Giggs, who is on the ball. And he combined so well with Michael Owen for that winning United goal on Saturday. Well, these local fans want to see some action from their team as well.
Yeah, of course, you're proud on your own side as well.
Here's Tosic towards Makeda, who couldn't quite keep the ball in. The lively young Italian who's made such an impression since arriving at Manchester United. Tonight he provides the height up front, with Michael Owen providing the speed and the experience. Fabio da Silva in the tackle against Kula. Here's Tosic now towards Carrick, who's shaken off that knock from the weekend, as has Darren Fletcher. Towards Owen. Both sides struggling to keep hold of the ball in these early stages. Kunalan's touch into the path of Owen. Took just 23 minutes to open his United account. That's Carrick. Fabio, who will partner Zoran Tosic on the left side of United's team tonight. Here's Indra Putra. Bursting through the middle, plenty of pace with him. Important touch there from Gary Neville. Certainly show no fear, the home side.
Well, we found on Saturday, Dave, there was a couple of them that were very, very quick. Safik, one of them, the number 10. And also Yaya as well up front to score the goals. He was very quick as well.
They do have pace to burn, and they certainly have confidence as well. A very young Malaysian side.
Yeah, but don't forget, their season's on at the moment. United are coming in second game. They've been playing for some time.
Here's Carrick out to Wes Brown, who came on at the weekend, replaced Rio Ferdinand, as he does in the lineup tonight. Makeda gets it out wide, plenty in the middle here, including Tosic, who might just retrieve this. Not quite.
Just overhit it, Gary. There's a good build-up down that flank, but the final ball, it will get better.
Well, he's burst back into Fabio Capello's plans as England manager Gary Neville in the last few weeks of the season. We'll be looking to get a run of games together.
You get a run of games, you never know. The World Cup looming. Very, very experienced player, Gary. Be a nice set.
Here goes the local hero, Amri Yaya, watched all the way by Wes Brown. It's just as well he was too, because Zakwan was ready to pounce in the centre. towards Indraputra, who wants a corner. But we'll have to make do with watching Ben Foster taking a goal kick. And there is the kit you were talking about. An all-white goalkeeper strip. The same colour worn by the Malaysian coach. He was a massive Manchester United fan. Now Giggs. Out wide to Fletcher. Back towards Neville. Giggs again, now Fletcher again. Still going to Scott. He's looking up, he's trying to find Makeda. And the goalkeeper, rather like at the weekend, gets a clattering in the box.
It's amazing the number of times goalkeepers do well and they always want to lie down and get sympathy, don't they? I mean, he did very well. There's nothing wrong with him. He lies down there as if he was shot.
Faisal Malias, the goalkeeper, who
played very well Saturday.
Certainly
very
did.
well Saturday.
Did well to keep Wayne Rooney out early on in the first half. Owen's header towards Makeda. Drops to Safiq. Amri Yaya worrying West Ham, but also chopping him down. The flag didn't go up on the near side. He is certainly well and truly up for this game. Another goal would give him a hat-trick in 2 matches against United. He's already written himself into the Malaysian football history books. Throw-in taken by Mazlizam. Breaks down though and Owen picks it up. Now Fletcher seeing a lot of the ball on the right-hand side in the early stages. Giggs gives it away though. Sharp challenge from Johnny Evans, who was injured so early on in the match at the weekend. Now it's a chase for Makeda. And a very cool head from Malias, the goalkeeper. Lively start from the home side. Neville gives Foster a back pass he perhaps didn't appreciate.
Oh, he made certain that time, Ben Foster. Saw what happened Saturday.
Giggs. Now Tosic. Fabio, who's never shy to get forward and help out. And he wins a corner off the boot of Kunyalan. And that certainly is a lively left-hand side for United tonight. Fabio and Tosic.
Yeah,
love to get forward.
Two young fellas out wanting to show what they can do.
Plenty of pace, plenty of tricks in those two. It's a corner one for Ryan Giggs to swing in. Malaysia bring everyone back to defend it. Giggs, clever to Carrick. That one went right into orbit.
I wasn't sure there, Michael, what to do.
Well, he certainly didn't test the goalkeeper with that effort. Michael Carrick, who scored his first away goal in a United shirt at Wigan. And the coach of Malaysia, Raja Gobel, as we said, a massive United fan. He was talking to Stuart before the match about Norman Whiteside and players like that he used to watch as a youngster.
No, I'm going to be pleased to hear that. Used to watch as a youngster. Not that old, Norman.
I mean, Norman was a youngster.
Yeah.
Tosic stopped in his tracks. The ground continues to fill up as we start this game. Certainly won't reach capacity tonight, but getting closer to that 35,000 mark perhaps. Here's Makeda, who's starting to cause trouble for the home side. Back to Fabio. Tricky from Giggs.
Just a sneak little push there, Ryan. We saw it, Ryan. The referee saw it. He's not happy with the referee. Wasn't me.
Certainly gives the referee, Rosti Shaharul, the innocent look. There is a referee assessor here tonight, incidentally.
What's he doing?
I'm told. Well, I imagine he's assessing the referee.
Took a bit of thinking that, didn't it?
Massive night for the officials as well as the players, even though this is only a pre-season friendly. Chance to climb the ladder. Towards Zakwan, but it's away quickly towards Makeda now. Tosic in there as well, winning one in the air, which is unusual. And winning a free kick at the same time.
Yeah, Kunalan giving them a bang. He can look after himself, young Tosic.
Well, he spoke to us last night and said he'd be doing a lot of work in the gym to toughen up for English football, and that certainly helped him in that challenge. Here's Neville to Carrick. Now to Giggs. Fabio again. Ready and willing to help out. Tosic. Owen and Makeda and Giggs wait in the centre, ready to pounce. It came to Makeda, it'll drop for Fletcher here. And now it's Makeda! And there's the opening goal. The Italian, who's been making quite an impression at United, starts for the first time on the tour and gets his first goal on the tour.
Well,
the Malaysians couldn't deal with him.
No, Darren Fletcher's got a chance of shooting. But he looks up and he sees Makeda. They got an awful lot of time in there, Makeda. Good ball from Darren Fletcher. Yeah, the ball in and sort of gets a touch to Darren. And watch this. You think he's going to shoot? No, I'll lay it back across the goal. Thank you very much. He had a choice of Owen or Makeda, but Makeda the one. Yeah,
unselfish from Fletcher, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And unstoppable from Makeda. A nice early goal, just like at the weekend. 10 minutes on the clock, and United get a goal on the board. It's interesting how when you see a young player like Kiko Makeda who's played so well, you expect him to be perhaps a little bit daunted by prospects sometimes. He's a very cool, calm and collected customer, and took his goal in that vein as well. Sharp challenge from Amri Yahya.
I don't think Darren was too pleased with the challenge.
Neville with a throw, looking for Owen, but that's gone straight out from the club captain. Interesting though, straight away trying to get Owen away with that pace he possesses. Here's Fletcher. Now Fabio. In towards Giggs. Let's not forget United have taken the lead, but Malaysia showed a lot of guts at the weekend to come back from 2-0 down. Here's Owen. Now Tosic. So much space for him here. Can he use it well? He can. It's Makeda. It'll drop for Michael Owen. And it's just too simple for United in the early stages here. And that is why Sir Alex wanted to sign him. 2 games, 2 goals, and United 2-0 up.
Well, the ball's bobbling about there. Defender's not sure who should clear it. And Michael Owen says, I'll clear it. Got to put it in the back of your net to clear it. Yeah, it's a good build-up by United. A good ball in from Tosic. Yeah, dangerous cross. Great ball in there. In between, well, will it come or will it go? The goalie's not sure. Michael Owen says, I'll go. Check it out.
Well, he's already making an impression on the scoreboards, Michael Owen.
2 goals in 3 minutes.
We didn't think it would be too long before he rippled the back of the net. He's now done it in both appearances. And United in danger of running away with this one with just 13 minutes on the clock. Makeda very nearly in again from the ball from Fletcher.
Oh, boy, as you could see, I'm sure we got it.
One of the Malaysian players seeing stars a little bit at the moment. I think they all are.
Yeah,
the way United have started, it was
caught in the
Amri Yaya, I think
Wes
it was.
Brown and Gary Neville. Well, he's done it again, Michael Owen. Makes it a habit, doesn't it?
Well, it's a habit he has always been in, isn't it? Goal scoring at the highest level, and there's going to have to be an early change here. It's the number 18 right back, Mazlizam, who is going to be replaced by Tiru. The manager, Raja Gobel, was in fact going to start Tiru instead of Mazlizam. Opted at the last minute to keep in the number 18. But he has clearly picked up an injury early on, only lasted 14 minutes. He was taken apart a little bit in the early stages of the game.
I'm not so sure.
The weekend.
I'm not so sure if it's an injury that.
Manager was unhappy that Nani was beating him too easily on Saturday, and clearly finding it difficult to keep up tonight as well. Fabio will take the free kick here. Short to Carrick. Now it's Ryan Giggs. Now Brown. Looking for Fletcher again. A lot of talk over the summer has been who will fill the right-hand side of midfield after the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, and Fletcher is looking lively early on, as is Owen. And again, Marlius out quickly to stop the danger.
So sharp in there, Owen. Always a problem for defenders. Well played, Wes Brown.
He finds Neville, who finds Fletcher. Now it's Owen again. Always looking to get involved. Tosic brings the tricks out.
Oh, he just miskicked it. Done everything right except the cross.
Straight away, he was trying to run at Tiru, the substitute now. Amri Yaya is...
That's good goalkeeping.
Very nearly away from Evans, but Foster was there to help out.
Good goalkeeping by Ben Foster. He's picking them all over the place, Michael Carrick, isn't he?
He's found Fletcher with that one. In towards Michael Owen.
Oh, he never really caught it. Glancing header, he never really caught it.
He's not known for his headers, but would have been pretty special if that one had flown in.
Yeah, he just finds the space. That's what he's good at. You get in the space, and United have got the players that will find you. Darren Fletcher proved it there, but the header not a great one.
Well, this is the start that Sir Alex would have wanted from his players tonight, no doubt about that.
I think they got a little bit of a shock on Saturday. I know it's not the same team, but 3-2 was a little bit of a disappointment for United.
Well, of course, Sir Alex has brought out a strong and big squad out here to give everyone game time in this game here tonight, and also the 2 remaining games on the Asia Tour. And then, of course, the Audi Cup in Munich. A few more players will join along the way, including Ji-sung Park, Nemanja Vidic and Antonio Valencia as well. Here's Giggs. And towards Carrick. Makeda trying to wriggle free. The real problem at the moment for Malaysia is the movement, isn't it, of Owen and Makeda.
Is good. The passing is good, and you've got people up front that move about, and they're hard to pick up.
Azharuddin keeps it in, but it might not have been the best idea in the end. Fletcher takes it away from Zamani and keeps it in too. 3 to Ayman in the middle. Owen's one of them. Couldn't quite take it into his stride. Now the Malaysians run clear, looking for Yaya rather.
He's asking a lot there.
Oh, he wanted it one way and he got it through the centre.
And Putra just overhit it.
Now Fletcher looking for Owen, the flag though.
How about the control there? Yeah, finished. Oh, I thought it finished up the net. It hasn't. But that's what you've got. If you've got somebody up there living on the edge of defenders' shoulders, you're going to cause problems for them.
It's always the danger with a player who's got so much pace in his locker, I suppose, is that the officials can't always keep up.
No, that's true as well. But he's only going to get quicker as he gets fitter and fitter with it each day.
Here's Tiru, the substitute. Now Fletcher. Carrick leaves it for Owen. Out to Tosic.
The ball seems awful bobbly.
Well, I'll tell you what, from being down at pitch level, the pitch actually isn't great here. It certainly cuts up very easily. You can already see that in the early stages of this game.
Oh, he nearly got through there, Ryan. Gave the crowd a bit of a thrill, that.
Now here goes Zakwan, shoulder to shoulder with Brown.
Well, Wes just using his strength.
Strength and experience from Brown, and Tosic was just bundled off the ball unfairly by Tiru. He's had to hit the ground running really since coming on the right back. He's one of the older players as well in this Malaysian side, 26 years old. Only 4 players in the entire squad are over 23. Here's Brown again. Started just 6 games in the Premier League last season. Campaign really punctuated by injury. Fabio taken off the toes of Tosic by Tiru. Before the game at the weekend, the last time United played Malaysia, they dominated the game and the scoring. 6-0 victory, which included debuts for Van Nistelrooy and Juan Sebastian Veron. Be surprised if tonight is 6 or perhaps more the way things are going, but a long way to go. Here goes Indra Putra.
Yeah, he's just overhit it again. It's not the first time he's overhit it. I think he thinks Zakwan's got jet heels.
Here's Giggs, PFA Player of the Year, of course. The 35-year-old involved in the winning goal at the weekend and involved in a lot of the early play in this game as well. Carrick. Makeda wanted it, very nearly got it there. Cunyalan trying to clear, and he'll get the goal kick for his side. And the manager saying that he really wanted to test his young Malaysian side by playing against these household names from United ahead of the SEA Games, the Southeast Asia Games. Now this team will compete. What an experience it is for them to go shoulder to shoulder with the likes of Giggs and Brown tonight, Michael Owen and Michael Carrick as well, and some of the emerging talents from United. Is Indra Putra, the veteran of the side at 27. Adil Zafwan. Now it's Safiq. Challenge on Bunjamin, one of the new players to come into the side tonight, which wins Malaysia the free kick, and a rare trip into the United half, really. Problem with playing one up front for them, I suppose, tonight is they've got to get that final ball absolutely right.
Yes, if they don't, very difficult for them.
What's this one like? Well, it's terrible.
I don't think that's what you're intending, but
I don't think Adil Zafwan will be taking too many more of them if he continues to hit them like that. The 21-year-old who's played 18 times for his country and is the older brother of one of the strikers in the squad, Zakwan. It may be 20 past 9 at night here, but it's still dangerously warm outside to be playing football.
Without question, it's very warm.
All the time we've been here, temperatures have been well over 30, humidity in the 80s as well. Not seen too much sun peeping through the clouds, though.
I know, see, you keep saying things like it's 30. When I was brought up, it wasn't 30, it was 86 today. Or 88, rather.
Is Indra Putra looking to kick-start this Malaysian side in this game. Continued his run as well. Wes Brown stood firm in the challenge. They've managed to stem the attacking flow from United in the last 5 minutes or so.
Maybe United 2 up, you can get a little bit casual then sometimes. We got punished for it on Saturday.
Here's Safiq. Plays his football in Kuala Lumpur. Out to Tiru. Now it's Safiq again. Trying to probe for that opening. Trying to play in the hero of the last game, Amri Yahya. Good running here against Tosic. Who brought down Kunyalan.
You know what that is? That's the difference between someone that's been training for a fortnight and someone that's been playing for 2 months. That's the reason for that. Just Tosic was struggling to catch him.
Well, it's the sharpness that will no doubt come with games like this, isn't it?
Of course it will, yeah.
In the meantime, Safiq has the ball at his feet. And 5 blue shirts to aim at in the area. United have 8 back, and Foster as well. Now Makeda can tidy up. Looks for Fletcher, who has so much space to gallop into. And Makeda is making a lung-bursting run. He might get onto the end of this.
Well done, goalkeeper again.
Well, that is how to counter-attack.
Yeah, well done, goalkeeper again. The goalkeeper's read it.
From defending a free kick to winning a throw right in the heart of the Malaysian half. And largely down to the pace of Makeda. Here goes Giggs. Still has it. Now Neville. Fletcher. Nice play between the two. Cut out by Indra Putra, though. Here goes Zakwan with the run.
Yeah, if you're going to play long balls, you've got to be accurate.
All too easy for Fabio to cut out. Now Carrick. Fabio, who really started scoring all the goals for the reserves towards the end of the season last term. Into Owen, now it's Tosic. Yet again he'll run at Tiru, who stuck to his task well, the fullback.
Did well, the fullback, to block that cross.
Another bright period for United here, and Fabio will get it all going again with a throw. Short to Tosic. Good strength again from him. Still, and still, and now...
just try a little bit too much, he tried.
Now this could be interesting.
3 against 3.
Amri Yahya leading the charge. Looking for Zakwan, he wants it back as well. Yahya. Here's the centre-back, Zamani, in towards Yahya. And Foster had to be alert and quickly off his line.
Kept his eye on the ball as well, Ben Foster.
Pace of the game starting to pick up again with Fletcher. Now it's Tosic, who looks to be in the worst part of the pitch there. It's cutting out quite badly on that left-hand side. Carrick back to Tosic. Trying to catch the goalkeeper unawares.
Just try to bend it a little bit more than it went. Well, you're giving that the wrong way. You're giving that the wrong way, referee.
Oh, Johnny Evans is quite astounded at the fact that he's been penalised there.
Yeah.
Didn't seem to do a lot wrong.
No, he didn't do anything wrong. But we're not refereeing it, are we? I think he's won the ball there.
Well, he's clearly won the ball, hasn't he?
Yeah.
An odd decision.
Oh, well, Sakwan didn't jump, did he?
Two-thirds of the first half gone. And United 2 goals to the good. The 2 strikers on the score sheet, Makeda and Owen. Another free kick given in a rather bizarre decision. It's Amri Yahya on the floor. All the headlines have been about him since the game on Saturday. He hasn't played for his national side since 2006. The 28-year-old is certainly back in people's plans now after the 2 goals at the weekend. Looking to try and wriggle free in the centre there as well. It's with Brown, though. Johnny Evans. Now Fabio da Silva. Yaya just still feeling the effects of the challenge on the halfway line. Fletcher back to Gary Neville. United quite happy to bide their time here. Brown looking for Fletcher. It's a great ball as well. Owen in the middle. Fletcher might go on his own.
Always try to play Owen in.
Malaysians trying to be quick to break, perhaps too quick, and now it's Giggs showing them all how to do it.
Crowd are loving that, Ryan. Oh, another one.
Beautiful from Giggs.
Crowd are loving it.
And he gets the corner for his troubles. Great to watch.
Oh, the crowd love that. Did he send you the wrong way there, Ryan?
Here he is again. Headed away. Only as far, though, as Michael Carrick here. Now Fabio. Tosic hugging the touchline. Looking to whip one over towards Makeda. And it's Owen who gets it. No, he doesn't.
But that's what he's been trying to do most of the crosses, Tosic. And Makeda does get the touch this time, but it comes off the post.
Well, it was Owen in there in the end, wasn't it? And it looked like he'd got his second and United's third.
Oh, just hits the post.
Well, that's as close as you come without scoring. And it's again Michael Owen causing trouble.
Well,
there's another early change.
Another sub coming on.
For the Malaysian side. It's funny how so many changes were made at the weekend. It became so difficult to keep up, particularly with the home side.
Oh, I think probably down that left-hand side there, they're getting an awful lot of room, Manchester United. And that's right. Muslim, he played Saturday, didn't he?
He did indeed. And he's back on again tonight, the number 11. Good feet from Safiq.
I might have got a free kick there.
It was Zakwan who was upended seemingly, but it comes through to Fabio instead, and United will play on. Well, perhaps the Malaysian side would have been, or sort of would have felt a bit hard done by if that third had gone in for Michael Owen, having tried to make a game of it at least.
Michael Owen wouldn't agree with you.
No doubt. A goal scorer with an incredible record in the past, and is keeping it up in a United shirt so far as well. Here's Tiru. Looking for Amri Yaya, who has moved more central as this half has gone on. Safiq. All the way back to Adil Zafwan. Now Bunjamin towards Yaya, but it was a lazy ball into the path of Carrick. Now Fletcher, Makeda wants it through the middle. Very nearly got it too, but it was Zafwan's face that got the full force of Makeda's boot.
Well, to be fair to Makeda's not seen him. He's not seen him, he's got his eye on the ball. And Zafwan comes the other side of him. Brave header.
Well, he certainly was brave, but looks like he might take a while to get back up.
Yeah, this is the ball. You look at Makeda. Makeda doesn't see him. He catches him on the side. Didn't catch him in the face, caught him on the side.
Well, as he gets some running repairs, of course, we can remind you that there are 2 more games coming up on the Tour of Asia. United play FC Seoul and Hangzhou Greentown in the other 2 matches out here in the Far East. And then it's on to Munich for the Audi Cup. United facing Boca Juniors in the opening game of that tournament, and then they'll either play AC Milan or Bayern Munich in the final or 3rd and 4th place playoff, depending on how the first game goes.
Yeah, that's a little touch, isn't it?
And this is the goal from Michael Owen.
Yeah, there's a little touch. He's in there. I mean, it's not really a chance, is it? But he makes it a chance. Something out of nothing.
And we will see the rest of the...
about in the box, and you're thinking, well, can somebody do something? He does.
We will see the rest of those games on the tour, of course, live here on MUTV. And plenty more goals, I would have thought, from that man, Michael Owen. Sometimes it's difficult for players to settle into a new side, isn't it? He certainly hasn't looked like that so far.
No, I keep saying with the quality of player he's got in there, it'll suit him. A lot of good players in there that can pass the ball properly.
Last 10 minutes of the first half then. United 2 up, very nearly 3 up. Well and truly in control of this one. You said to me before kick-off we might see 6 tonight.
Yeah.
Makeda.
He needs a bit of support there.
He had so many players in blue around him, he needed a bit of help. Instead it was Indra Putra who won the ball, and now it's Amri Yaya, who reckoned without Johnny Evans.
Oh, that's not a particularly great ball back, that.
Well played, Ben Foster, who's had 2 difficult pass backs to deal with now. Much harder than the one at the weekend, which went slightly wrong. Kunalan and Zakwan muscled off it. Here's Giggs. Plenty of red shirts in this United break as well, including Makeda here. Owen in the middle, so is Giggs. But he couldn't get past the captain Zamani.
Yeah, good defending, I've got to say.
He in fact impressed Steve Bruce when he was manager of Birmingham. Very nearly brought him to St Andrews. Nice touch from Fabio. Out as far as Carrick. Now Gary Neville. Gets it back from Fletcher. Carrick again. Owen to Neville. All very tight on the edge of the Malaysian box.
He's trying to give him it back, Gary.
And plenty on the charge here in blue, including Yaya here. Away from Fabio.
That's just carelessness. Giving the ball away too much to the Malaysian side. United are passing it about very well, and the conditions out there, I'm sure, will affect the Malaysian side as well. You don't want to be chasing the ball.
Well, that's the issue with the conditions, isn't it? You can be used to it
that's good
if you
play.
like, but if you're chasing, it's still difficult to play in. And Tiru is having a hard time up against Tosic.
He did well there all the same. The full-back.
Now Zakwan. Away from Brown, but the ball was away from Indra Putra as well. Bit of frustration perhaps creeping in to the mindset of the manager, Raja Gobel. He knows his side are capable of playing some good football. They did so on Saturday. United really running the show at the moment. Now it's Neville. Fletcher, a willing runner on the right-hand side. And Zoran Tosic is in a bit of discomfort, it seems. Like he might have landed awkwardly on his shoulder there.
It's a good run by Michael Owen.
Does well to keep it in.
Good defending.
It was Adil Zafwan with the challenge. And Tosic is okay to rejoin. It will be a United corner. And again, pretty much everybody back from Malaysia here. Just Zakwan. He's the only player anywhere near the halfway line. Giggs trying to break free in the centre. It's towards him. Well, with 4 minutes to go on the clock, what do you make of this
They'll be
first
quite
half
happy
so
the
far?
way they've played. United have played quite well. In total command of the game.
Here's Owen. Had more space than I think he thought there. Malaysia want to end the half with a flourish. They're not going to do so if they play passes like that. Fletcher to Owen, now Carrick. Now it's Gary Neville marauding forward again. Here's Indra Putra. He's got three options in the centre. Needs a good ball in though. Might drop to Bunjamin. Taken right off his toes by Fabio. Tosic having a right old battle there
he
with
might have got a
Tiru.
free kick there. He didn't get it, but I thought maybe he should have.
Now Zamani. Zafwan over to Azraruddin. Safiq. Now Tiru. Bunjamin asking a lot of Zakwan, but he was quite happy to throw his body into the battle. Malaysian manager who's already made two changes. Might have to make another one with Zakwan not looking happy after that challenge. Now Carrick into Giggs.
Yeah, the ball didn't bounce at all.
You can see from our position here though how much the pitch has cut up in the first 43 minutes.
But the ball's playing tricks out there at times. You've seen that there with Ryan Giggs. He's expecting it to bounce and it didn't.
Bearing in mind the Malaysians' performance at the weekend, what have they got to do to turn this around?
Oh, dear me. Divine intervention.
Here's Carrick. Trying to crank the pressure up. Makeda might get his own return here. He does.
Oh, he should have thrown his boot at it. I'm not surprised he tried to control it when he's just thrown his boot at it. Great little bit of play there between the United players.
Well, he got an unconventional 1-2 with one of the Malaysian back four there, but it almost worked for him.
Belted it.
Now Giggs. Bunjamin takes over. Now Intraputra. Seems to have boundless energy. Has he got a finish at the end of it? No, thanks to the intervention of Ryan Giggs, who tracked his run all the way in the end. And now Johnny Evans can step out from the back. Tosic to Makeda. Carrick now to Gary Neville. Now it's Fletcher. Giggs. We will play an extra 2 minutes at the end of this half. And there will indeed be another Malaysian change. It may well be before the half-time interval. It looks like it is Zakwan who won't be able to continue. He's got the ball here, though. Away by Fabio. Now Carrick. Makeda again. Quick to spin away from his man.
Can he get people to support him?
He's only really got Michael Owen in the middle. In the end, it proved not to be enough. But as we look at the scoreboard at 2-2, it's always encouraging to see two strikers on the score sheet. Strikers are those who need goals in pre-season, I suppose, for a bit of confidence.
Yeah. Not do them any harm.
Now Bunjamin. Amri Yaya. Bunjamin again. Trying to tiptoe away from Giggs, who has it now, and here's Fletcher. Dying seconds of this half. No doubt we'll see a host of changes throughout the course of the second half. Indrapucha, though, trying to end the first half with a flourish. Zakwan in the middle. Turned out to be a good ball there in the end from Safiq. It's Amri Yaya. And it's easy for Foster. I suppose that move says quite a lot about the Malaysians' first half.
Well, looks as if the number 9's not going to come on. He's not going to get the 10, but it's amazing the ball's not been out of play in that period of time.
And that is indeed half-time. A game that United are totally in control of thanks to the two strikers, Kiko Makeda and Michael Owen. His second appearance in a United shirt, his first start, and it's his second goal in that number 7 shirt. United in the lead and in control at the break. It's 2-0.
What can he do now? We've seen him hit them before. Oh, what a strike! What an absolute screamer! It's a celebration that befits a goal of that quality.
Temperature soar in the Asia Tour. An Eastern promise where passion is paramount and the crowds go wild for the Reds. Then, 4 teams, one aim, the Audi Cup. United travel back across the continent to Munich.
It's still Seedorf!
For a turbulent 2-day tournament. Finally, it's United versus Valencia. A pre-season friendly at home just days before the new season starts. Football for the fans starts here. The Asia Tour continues as United take on FC Seoul, live and exclusive from Korea. Friday, only on MUTV.
We asked you what you thought of MUTV's programmes, and we got a great response. We really appreciate your views, so keep them coming. Send us an email at any time to opinion@manunited.co.uk. That's opinion@manunited.co.uk.
Cleared as far as Ronaldo. Is this the hat-trick? Cristiano Ronaldo! It is! His first hat-trick for Manchester United!
Well, I think you keep everything going as you want to see some more goals, and obviously we're hoping they're from United.
Well, 2-0 at the break. United well and truly in control, but then we had a 2-0 scoreline 2 days ago. And then the Malaysian side started to make United sweat a little bit. The Reds will look to pick up where they left off in terms of goal scoring. Michael Owen scoring and coming very close to getting a second. Kiko Makeda, the young Italian, still just 17, scoring the opening goal of the game just past the 10-minute mark. Here's Bunjamin. Malaysians will have no doubt had a rousing team talk from manager Raja Gobel. Ball taken away from Safi though by Fletcher, and now it's Giggs. Tosic scored the winner in the Manchester Senior Cup final for the reserves towards the end of the last campaign. His sole goal for United so far. I was saying yesterday we met up with him how much he's looking forward to playing more and hopefully scoring more. Michael Owen digs it out towards Fletcher. Plenty in the middle.
Yeah, good build-up. Trying to get a low ball across the box. Didn't come off. Caught the corner.
All those in red shirts will stay forward for this corner.
Well, there's certainly an advantage in height.
It was quickly taken by Fletcher as well. And Muslim was quick to react to it. Here's Fabio. Skips away from Tiru. Now it's Makeda out wide. It's too quick for Tosic though, and Nosaro with a good ball through towards Amri Yaya, who got Wes Brown and none of the ball.
Oh, Wes Brown's done tremendous there. Yeah, Yaya was in.
It's good to see Wes Brown back in a United shirt. Last season blighted by injury, just 13 appearances in the whole campaign, after 50 in the previous season. Both he and Gary Neville back fit, looking to take part in more games. Neville will take this throw himself. A poor pass from Adil Zafwan. Picks out Michael Owen. Now it's Carrick looking for Tosic. Back to Fabio. Now it's Carrick again, quite happy to just sit there and try and control the midfield. Sprays it over towards Neville. Now Fletcher. Giggs will help him out here. Two number 11s going head to head.
Yeah, Ryan having a little tug at him.
Malaysian 11 is Muslim, the substitute in the first half. Here goes Nosarul, now Safi looking for him again.
He was too quick for him.
Now Carrick. Makeda is the target.
Good header by the defender. Tiru.
Seems to have settled down after the initial period when he came on, when Tosic was really running at him. Now Safiq. Only one cap for his country, Safiq, but he did score in that game. One of two warm-up games that the Malaysian side played against Zimbabwe recently. Giggs quickly in the challenge. Nice feet from Tosic. Here he goes, picking up pace. Trying to pick out the run of Owen. Now it's Fletcher. Three in the middle. Makeda's there. It's cleared away by the head of Adil Zafwan. Both teams taking it in turns to attack in the opening few moments of the second half. Good work from Brown. Makeda is in, but he's off
just off. That was well played by Wes Brown to win the ball in the first place.
Well, Sir Alex has brought a strong and big squad out here and has been very quick to praise certain players, including Makeda, as you mentioned in the first half.
Yeah.
He was one of the players mentioned in the press conference when Michael Owen was unveiled. I'm just saying he has strength and depth in his strikers, including Danny Welbeck, of course, who's not on the tour, he's with England. Kushak will continue to battle for that #1 spot with Van der Sar and with Foster. Makeda's headed towards Owen, towards Tosic. United's star-studded squad now starting to warm up in front of us, including Evra and Nani and Ferdinand. Now Giggs spots the run of Johnny Evans here. Good play from the centre-back to pick out Owen. Now it's Fletcher again. Evans has stayed forward as well. Now that the ball is with Tosic. Takes on Tiru, who got a chunk of the ball. And it's just as well he did, really, there.
He's put a few dangerous crosses in from the left side.
Well, the locals got to enjoy the talents of Ferdinand and Nani at the weekend. May well be just moments away from doing so again. So likely to see Anderson and Gibson and Scholes. Might see some more from Owen here.
Goalies did well again there.
It's not the
Terrific
first time.
ball from Ryan Giggs. But the goalie's read it well again, off his line so quickly.
Now Fletcher. 4 red shirts ahead of him, including Giggs. Back towards Gary Neville. Owen. Still Owen in towards Giggs, who left it for Kiko Makeda, I think. Was unaware it was a blue shirt behind him, not a red one. Well, there's been plenty of encouraging play down the right-hand side tonight. Gary Neville's been a big part of that.
That's a dangerous miss kick.
Almost a dangerous challenge as well, wasn't it? But it was Tiru who won the ball. And he's galloping forward here, looking for support. It's Nosarul.
Why did he take the touch? Why did he take the touch? Why did he just hit it? That was a great chance for him. That was something similar like our first goal. When Darren Fletcher played it across the box.
Tosic picks out Owen. Good battling by United's new #7. Now it's Fletcher in towards Makeda. And the keeper again, very sharp, very quickly aware of the danger. He's playing as a sweeper, really. Farazal Malias in goal. Now, rather worryingly, the 4th official is readying his board, which can only mean that changes aplenty are on their way.
Well, let's hope they're not aplenty.
Time for Mr. Crone to get his marker pen ready.
Yeah.
Here's Fletcher. It's Carrick. Makeda back to Giggs. Now Tosic.
Can he get this one in?
The feet from Tosic, but it falls to the wrong number 7.
Just he's had that many chances of getting crosses in there. It's not happening for him at the moment.
Now Giggs. Makeda. Still Makeda.
Oh, could have got a penalty kick there. Could have easily got a penalty there, Makeda.
But in fairness, no one appealed. And Malaysia dart forward, it's Safiq. Load of players to look for. Plenty more up in support. Good header away by Fabio, though. Fabio, in fact, has just gone down after that. Bunjamin, I think, will put the ball out of play. In fact, Safiq will do just that.
I think United are going to make a substitution as well. Who is it?
But it gives the Malaysian side a chance to make their change, and it's Gurusami who will come on for them, and Safiq, player who's just put the ball out of play, in fact, who will be replaced. This is where all hell breaks loose on the touchline. Patrice Evra will be the first United player to come on. Quickly followed, I think, by Nani, who of course opened his account in the opening game of this tour. Gurusami, the substitute for Malaysia.
Is Fabio going to continue?
That's the big question mark. And that's perhaps why Patrice Evra has been readied.
Oh dear me, he's not on a stretcher, surely.
Another change for the Malaysian 11. Kunalan is going off. And he's being replaced by Kirill. Fabio will play no further part in this game. Patrice Evra, the man to replace him, who did score on the pre-season tour 2 years ago against FC Seoul, United's next opponents.
Well, at least he's back up again anyway, Fabio. That's something.
Muslim with the throw then. Indraputra ahead of him. Instead he chooses to go backwards towards Zamani. He plays his football in Kuala Lumpur. In fact, played a game against Chelsea last summer. Here's Fletcher. Skips away from Gurusami, the substitute for the home side. Now it's Neville. Fletcher again. Carrick, now Giggs. Just wouldn't fall for Zoran Tosic. And incidentally, Eric Steele, the goalkeeping coach, is doing a sterling job trying to get the United substitutes in order. We're going to see Rio Ferdinand shortly as well. Meantime, here's Bunjamin. Again, Wes Brown.
Yeah, Rio's coming on, Nani's coming on. John O'Shea's coming on.
Giggs skipping away from the blue shirts. To find Kiko Makeda perhaps. Instead he goes back towards Gary Neville. Now it's Fletcher. Giggs again enjoying a lot of space in the centre of the park. Carrick. Michael Owen.
He'll catch it, Michael.
Now it's Tosic.
Yeah, it's not happening from this cross.
United substitutes now filling up the technical area beneath us. 4 new faces ready to play. Now Carrick. Evra. Carrick again. Just seems to be patrolling that area in front of the back 4. Giggs. Gary Neville is free. Now Fletcher. Is there a third goal in the offing here for United? It's towards Tosic, but again a good header from Tiru. Match 2 days ago was United's first game in Malaysia since 2001. On recent tours, they've been all over the place. Hong Kong, Tokyo, Seoul, Bangkok, Singapore, Beijing and Macau, among other places. And of course, Guangzhou last season as well. The injury to Norsarul gives the opportunity for the changes to be rung by Sir Alex Ferguson. Johnny Evans is coming off, as is Tosic. We're going to see Berbatov for Owen as well. So Michael Owen's evening may be over, but another goal for him. Now John O'Shea comes on to replace club captain Gary Neville. This is where perhaps the pace gets taken out of the game. It's not been that frantic though so far. Maybe they'll inject a bit of life into it.
But they're all fresh players. I mean, it's very warm out there.
So the chaos is dying down. And Amri Yaya passes back to Thomas Kuszczak, the only United goalkeeper he's not put the ball past in the last 2 games, but to be honest, he doesn't look like doing much damage tonight. Here's Giggs. Berbatov back to Carrick.
You're too soon, Johnny. O'Shea, you're too soon.
Giggs looks for Makeda. Now it's O'Shea. So vital with goals last season, including the Champions League semi-final against Arsenal. Trying to get in on the act here tonight as well. Corner flag bamboozling everyone.
You don't see that very often, do you? Ball striking the corner flag and staying in.
Guess what? It's time for another substitution.
Yeah.
And it's the hero from the weekend, Amri Yaya, whose night is over. He's been replaced by Badrol. In fact, Badrol, the substitute who's just come on, did have a trial at Chelsea, the 21-year-old. Now he gets the chance to play against Manchester United and to defend a free kick taken by Ryan Giggs here. Berbatov's in the middle. It's towards him. And with the score currently at 2, what do you expect to happen over the next half an hour?
You'd want some more goals. Crowd will be disappointed if they don't get them.
Norsarul looking for Indra Pucha, but asking a heck of a lot of him. He's been quick in the last game and a half, but he's certainly not that pacey. And not against the likes of Rio Ferdinand. noise you can hear is because Wayne Rooney is warming up.
Yeah, they want Rooney on, don't they?
Here's Berbatov. Now it's Makeda. Carrick asking a lot of Nani.
They're just too high.
Well, we've seen the acrobatics from Nani on the last 2 Asia tours now. Made his debut, of course, in 2007 and scored. And it's yet another substitution. It's Bunjamin, the player brought in for tonight's game, who leaves the field. And he's replaced by Amar. So many substitutions going on for both sides. It's hard to not just settle into the game, but work out who you're playing with at times. Giggs out towards Patrice Evra. Nani. Evra again.
I thought that was a corner, did you?
It certainly looked like it.
Well, the linesman had a good look at the referee before he changed his mind. Oh, here's Rooney coming on. That's brought the crowd to life.
Here comes the man who, in many people's eyes, is the icon of English football, certainly in this part of the world. It's the moment they've been waiting for, to see Wayne Rooney. And he replaces the boy who got tonight's scoring going, Kiko Makeda. What a welcome that is. They particularly loved the sight of Wayne Rooney in goal just before the game kicked off.
Yeah, the crowd were going potty then.
Looked pretty decent in between the sticks as well. Here's Evra. Now Carrick. Wide to Fletcher. Shea wants the ball and gets it here.
You've done well, darling. Unfortunate it's gone out.
Marshalled all the way out by Muslim. What have you made of Kuala Lumpur as a city, Paddy? Because many
I've
people
been
say
here before. It's a lovely place. Beautiful city.
People
It's
say
nice
it's a city of contrasts.
It's nice to come somewhere with a little bit of heat, isn't it?
Certainly is. But as we mentioned, it's sort of temperature in the 30s or 80s if you
I don't mind
want to use that.
It doesn't bother me. We don't get that much in the year in Manchester, do we? You get it in Ancoats sometimes. And a bit there early on in the summer.
Here goes Rooney. What's he going to do here? Well, it looked odds on like we were going to see a goal from the man a lot of people have come to see.
He could have taken a touch there. He could have taken another touch. Watch this. He could take a touch here, win. You could have brought onto your right foot maybe. And then again, it's always easy when you're sitting watching.
Well, we saw some sumptuous play from Wayne Rooney at the weekend, and we're now going to see hopefully the same from the likes of Scholes and Anderson and Darren Gibson. And as
Ryan Giggs.
Paul Scholes enters, it will be Ryan Giggs who departs, and we'll now get a rousing reception from this crowd.
Darren Fletcher.
Fletcher is well replaced. And Michael Carrick as well, the two players who missed the first game with injury. They've got a good 70 minutes under their belt. And Darren Gibson, who started on the right on Saturday, looks like he will end the game on the right tonight. First touch for Anderson. Gets it back from Ferdinand. Now here is Gibson. Berbatov ahead of him. Back to Gibson. What a start this would be for him. Oh,
great effort.
Inches away.
Kick. Yeah, great ball from Berbatov. Great ball from Berbatov. How he's seen him, I don't know, but he did. Picks him out. The pass from Berbatov. He hits this well. He's unfortunate. It takes a deflection.
Goalkeeper wouldn't have got close to it if it had been on target. Nani with a corner. In towards Rooney. Very nearly teed up John O'Shea there.
Just didn't get enough on it, Wayne.
Back with Scholes. Now Nani. What can he do with this one? Straight at the skipper, Zamani. Now O'Shea. Nani again. Badrol having a bit of a nibble at his heels there. Anderson to Berbatov. He hit one from a similar position 2 days ago. He brought the best out of Malius. Now Muslim. He normally plays as a striker, but he's pretty much a left full-back tonight. And yet another change. It's Ahmed coming on for the home side. Intraputra, after 2 energetic displays, is replaced. Now Anderson. Ferdinand to John O'Shea. Back to O'Shea, and still. And it was Darren Gibson in the end looking for options. Not quite finding them.
It's not one of his better crosses, that.
Now here go Malaysia. From one end to the other. Rio Ferdinand always seemed to have that in control.
Yeah, and he's away, Rio. He's up the centre forward position. Oh, Wayne!
He was too busy giving Nani an earful to
Yeah.
realise he had the ball.
The offside.
Not the best of passes anyway from Gurusami. Now Evra. Scholes. Nani wants it. And gets it from Scholes. Lovely touch away from Muslim. John O'Shea, free. It's Berbatov for the header. And either side of the goalkeeper, and it would have been 3.
Yeah, it was a great bit of play by Nani. The control on the cross. Should have done better, Berbatov. Straight at the goalkeeper.
Here's Nani. Well, we've seen what happens when he get hold of the ball from that kind of range. It just didn't happen for him there. Goalkeeper Farizal Malius hasn't had too much to worry about in the second half. Scholes. Berbatov to Rooney, and back again. Now it's Gibson popping up on the left. Ferdinand. Gibson back to Scholes. It's a strange kind of game at the moment. A lot of pace being taken out of it by these changes.
Not many changes. There's another one.
Zamani, the latest player to be withdrawn. And Muslim. Ahmed, the substitute to come on. Well, with 15 minutes to go, perhaps expected a few more notches on the score sheet.
You'd expected United to score a few more goals, wouldn't you?
Here's Berbatov, nice touch from him. Only really Rooney up with him. Now it's Gibson. Scholes. That was certainly travelling. Now it's Rooney, and still...
Long side.
Half the stadium got to their feet. Just wouldn't sneak inside the near post. It's getting closer though.
Yeah, it's a good effort. The only thing he's got in his mind is he's going to shoot. Oh, it's not far away, is it? Maybe the goalie might have got it if it had been between the sticks.
Here go the home side again. Options in the middle as well. Yet again, it's that final ball that has been the problem all night. Now they might be made to pay for their mistakes. Ferdinand strong in the challenge. Here's Berbatov. Rooney trying to wriggle free from the defenders. It's out instead to Nani. Scholes again, maybe. Now it's Gibson. In towards Rooney, and very nearly poked into the top corner by Muslim, the substitute.
Yeah. Rooney right behind him. It's a good job he played it.
Yet another change for Malaysia. The substitute here is Sabre. Slows down the pace of the game yet again. Tiru, the player, being taken off. They've taken the corner without Sabre, though. Did you expect Malaysia to go for it more in this game than they have?
They're probably tired and they've been doing a lot of chasing. United have kept the ball well and they've not really had many chances, have they? You look at the way the game's going now and you're expecting United to score again.
Well won by Anderson. Haas couldn't pick out Rooney though. Adil Zafwan, the winner of that battle. Here goes Amar. Now it's Guru Same and Muslim. It's given the goalkeeper a bit of a problem. He's had to do more with his feet tonight than with his hands, I think.
Yeah, he's played well the two games we've saw him, the goalkeeper. Malias, he did well.
Just goes to show the appeal of Manchester United when you think that this game was only arranged a day and a half ago. We've got around about 35,000 fans in the stadium here tonight. In fact, more than half of United's 333 million fans worldwide are in Asia. And that says a lot about the welcome that the club has had on this and
well, you think
tour
two
to the
games
Far
in the
East.
space of 2 days, 120,000 people. Not bad, that. Just sad about Indonesia.
We've got about 10 minutes left of this game here. As Guru Sami. It's a very optimistic effort. Thomas Kuszczak, I don't think we've mentioned his name for about the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, but sometimes the deflection can play strange tricks in the game. That one didn't. It was always wide.
Rooney. And he doing the chasing.
Well played.
Muslim with some clever footwork. It's got him into trouble though. Gibson. Berbatov for Scholes. Now Rooney and Scholes again. No. no penalty. But you thought about it, didn't you, Paddy?
I think it might have been foul, but maybe half looking for it as well, Paul. But every time that ball comes from outside the box, there's a big roar from the crowd expecting them to shoot. So they all know about his reputation, don't they?
He's already tried one from a good 35 yards. Here's Everett. Scholes again. Anderson to O'Shea. Plenty forward. Anderson!
Oh, dear me.
Well, he's still smiling.
I think they're more surprised it went by the post than not inside the post. Yeah, it's a good ball in from John O'Shea. Oh, he's got his angles all wrong.
I think most of the fans in here thought there might have been a hole in the net.
Yeah.
Seemed like that was destined to be his first United goal. Not to be, though. Towering header from John O'Shea. Now it's Scholes. Berbatov just seems to glide around the pitch with and without the ball. Nani to O'Shea. United starting to open them up here. That could go anywhere.
Belt in the back of the ear for his pains there, Wayne.
I think he felt he was going for the ball, but Alias was trying to pick him up and shove him out the way.
Well, goalies always get the advantage, don't they? Goalies always get the advantage. And he's not really done anything, Wayne. In any country, goalies get the advantage.
Brown with a header. One of the few starters in this United side to still be on the pitch. Muslim up against Gibson. Gurusame.
Oh, very easy.
Really just starting to get involved more in the game, and the Malaysian side don't like that intervention.
I think he's winded him.
Scholes.
He's just took the wind out of his sails.
But he's not a happy man, is he? Amar Rohidan, the substitute. I think winded is perhaps right. What do you make of this one?
Yeah, he's just elbows in him, knocked all the air out of his body.
And he has been cut by that challenge with the goalkeeper. Rob Swire will give him some attention, and a bit more perhaps might be needed for Amar Rohidan. He just never wants to stop playing, and a bit of blood in the ear isn't going to stop him either.
Well, he got an injury pre-season there, didn't he?
Well, surely they won't have to make another substitution in the Malaysian side. I don't think they've got many players left.
Have they got no players left? No, he'll be up the ladder. I think the lad's just winded. He won't want to go off. Come on, up you get. Back on. Here we go. He's not listening to me, is he?
If only you were down there with your magic
no,
sponge,
he's up.
that
I
would
told
sort
you,
it
he's
all
up.
out.
Look, he's up. Yeah, let me on, referee. Yeah.
He is indeed back on. Looking for Mr. Wayne Rooney. Now Evra with a header. Back towards Nani. Scholes. Here he is again. John O'Shea. Now Scholes again. Berbatov, who seems to be dropping deeper and deeper. Rooney, nice feet towards Gibson. Options in the middle. Rooney's in there.
That's the corner. The defender's got in front of him. Yeah, he's just come on, Muslim, and made an important challenge here.
It looked like the ball was only going to find its way through to Rooney, but a good intervention by the defender. And now some work for those in blue to do. Nani with the corner. Well caught.
His handling's been very good over the 2 matches, the goalkeeper.
Well, he's only young, he's 23, he looks about 13. Baby-faced goalkeeper who's done particularly well in the 2 games. He is in fact the 3rd goalkeeper for the national team. Haven't given up on this one yet, Malaysia.
Oh, good play.
Challenge there from Gibson, it was, back to help out. Now it's Scholes. Well, after 2 goals in the opening 12 minutes or so, we expected United to run right. It hasn't quite happened.
Well, you said Bob said at the time when it went to 2-0, it's too comfortable for players then sometimes. That's what's been all the game. Although I think the spectators would love to see a few more goals. Not got much time left, have they? 4.5 minutes.
Still a few Malaysian players out there who want to make a name for themselves.
Good tackle.
Very
good challenge by Wes Brown.
It was Ahmad who went flying through the middle. Ahmad Shakir. Wes Brown, who's had some very important challenges throughout the night.
Yeah, this is a good challenge by Wes. Comes inside and makes the block.
Corner given. Tester for Ferdinand in the air. And Rooney goes all the way back to Kushak. Last few minutes, maybe a chance for a Nani thunderbolt.
Oh, you were in too soon, Anderson.
Another United attack that ended in a limp rather than a wonderful strike or a piece of magic. I'm sure Anderson's still wondering how he didn't score.
Yeah, just got his angles wrong.
Here's Adil Zafwan. Amar up towards Nosarul. It's the striker again. Gurusami getting involved. Skipping away from Anderson. Plenty forward and very nearly the all-important touch in the centre.
Yeah,
just
it's
skipped
amazing.
away
That got
from
all the
ball
crowd at it. Got everybody at it, that. I mean, if Khalil gets a touch to this finishes up the back of the net, but he doesn't. He tries very hard. No.
The goal was gaping. He just couldn't find the touch. Now, if you were the coach of the Malaysian national side,
Oh,
you'd be working on in the future?
Yeah, you'd be pleased with him again. Again, you'd be pleased with him. To go 2 down so early in the game and it looks as if it's going to finish 2-0. Excellent.
Even the referee getting a decent enough first touch.
Yeah, poor first touch by the referee. He's in again.
Into Nosarul. Good stop from Kushak.
He's had to make a good save, Thomas Kuszak.
Chance for glory from one of the many substitutes. And Thomas Kuszak closing the door at the vital moment.
Yeah, it's a good save from Norahul. Had to make the save, Thomas. There's
like
the crowd cheer United on, and then they cheer the national side on.
Going to have a very open last 20 seconds or so.
How many minutes is that?
4 extra minutes.
4 minutes.
Maybe the home side fancy a goal in 4 minutes. Come the closest.
Yeah, but a couple of chances this last minute.
Well, Thomas Kuszczak will be pleased he's been called into action. It's been...
Yeah, when you come on for a goalkeeper, you always want to make a save, don't you?
Anderson. Now Evra. Nani. Rooney.
Oh, that's a good ball.
Spotted the run from O'Shea.
Oh, I thought you might have taken it in your chest, John.
He wanted Darren Gibson to run on and lash that ball goalwards. Gurusami. Unorthodox, but it worked. Now it's Nosarul.
Oh, he's offside.
Ball, but the flag will beat it.
He's offside.
Kuszczak was
still makes a good save, the goalkeeper. It's amazing how they're keeping alive the last 3 or 4 minutes, isn't it? Or maybe United are just a little bit tired.
Well, both sides going for it in the dying embers of the game. Scholes, there's the run from Berbatov.
Ah, it's an awkward ball, that.
It's been interesting to watch this Malaysian team over 2 games.
Yeah, the manager will be delighted with him.
Amri Yahya, who caught the eye on Saturday. Tonight they just haven't had somebody to really pull the strings and take the game by the scruff of the neck.
They're playing against a better team, aren't they?
Rooney down to Scholes, not quite.
He might have taken the first touch to that, Paul.
Well, he's had the odd effort here and there tonight.
Yeah, it's just sclived that one away.
And we have around about 1.5 minutes left for some of the players out there to perhaps cover themselves in a little bit of glory. The goalkeeper certainly didn't do that with his kicking, which up till then has been very good tonight. Now Rooney. Gibson looking to invite O'Shea forward. Muslim with stout resistance in the left-back slot. Now Ferdinand. O'Shea towards Nani. They'll get a corner.
Yep.
Unsurprisingly, pretty much everybody back from Malaysia. Plenty of height in there with O'Shea and with Ferdinand. Rooney's there too. Berbatov down to...
Oh, it didn't sit down for Darren Gibson.
Ferdinand's touch to Rooney.
Oh, deflection. Corner kick. He's trying to chip the goalkeeper, Wayne Rooney.
And without that deflection, it may well have sailed over the head.
May well have sneaked in.
United ending the game on a high then. Nani with the corner. Brought down beautifully by Berbatov.
Great strike.
That's it. Job done. United win game 2 of the Asia Tour. Thanks to the 2 strikers who started the game. Kiko Makeda with a goal in his first start on the Asia Tour. And Michael Owen makes it 2 goals in 2 games. Could have been more goals from United, including one from Anderson perhaps. But in the end, 2 was enough. And the final score, Malaysia 0, United 2.
Zaha against his old club wraps up what has been a golden day for the Reds.
We asked you what you thought of MUTV's programmes, and we got a great response. We really appreciate your views, so keep them coming. Send us an email at any time to opinion@manunited.co.uk. That's opinion@manunited.co.uk.
United take on La Liga side Valencia in a pre-season friendly, and tickets are now on general sale. To book your seat at Old Trafford, simply log on to manunited.com/tickets. You can also call 0161 868 8000 and press option 1. For this game, all junior tickets are just £5.
Temperature soar in the Asia Tour. An Eastern promise where passion is paramount and the crowds go wild for the Reds. Then, 4 teams, one aim, the Audi Cup. United travel back across the continent to Munich.
It's still Seedorf!
For a turbulent 2-day tournament. Finally, it's United versus Valencia. A pre-season friendly at home just days before the new season starts. Football for the fans starts here. The Asia Tour continues as United take on FC Seoul, live and exclusive from Korea. Friday, only on MUTV.
White shirts all around him, Ronaldo. Oh, great finish. He is prolific. He is unstoppable.
Okay, so that's a 2-0 victory. What did you make of the workout overall?
Well, I think the humidity in the second half was unbelievable. Sweating with cobblers on that bench, and don't mind the lads on the pitch. The actual pitch was very poor, actually, really bumpy and cut up a lot. But it's I think we could have scored a lot of goals. Started the game very well as we did the other night. I was pleased that Michael Owen and Makeda had a good partnership there. That's a pleasing aspect of the game. And they've got through, no injuries. Apart from Fabio was a little bit of a tiredness and cramp. But the other night everyone was fine.
How high are your hopes for Makeda this, well, full stop, but particularly this season?
Well, big hopes. It's one of the reasons why we didn't move in the market, because we've got great faith in the boy. And he's only 17. He's strong, he's aggressive, he's a terrific finisher. He's got a lot of tremendous assets, there's no doubt about that. And I think along with Michael Owen, and you get 2 new players really, because he's just a boy. But he played his part last season, scored 2 vital goals. But in essence, he's just a young lad improving his game. Of course, you've got Dimitar Berbatov and you've got Wayne Rooney.
But you definitely include him very much in your sort of first team pool of strikers, yes, one of your 4,
definitely.
One of your 5.
Absolutely, no doubt about that.
Michael Owen, I suppose he's doing what you wanted him to do. Every time he plays, he scores a goal.
Well, as I'm saying, it's typical Michael's goals. He reacted first to his goal again tonight, as he did the other night. So we're very pleased. His whole contribution was actually very, very good.
Did you expect more goals after you scored 2 in the first sort of 12 minutes?
Well, yeah, we did. We missed a lot of chances in the second half, in particular, but we had a lot of good chances, and we should have put some of them away.
So 2 games into the tour, how would you assess it overall so far, and the progress of the side?
Well, I think that obviously we're far sharper in the first half today than we were the other day. But the second half, when we started missing chances, and the start of the game get a little bit, how would you put it, almost like a practice match almost, and it wasn't the best test in the second half really. And
now on to Seoul, and it'll focus on Ji-sung Park there, I guess, will it?
Yeah. Well, he's such a hero there, of course, and I don't know what his fitness levels are, because obviously we haven't seen him since the end of the season, and we'll assess that when we get there. Hopefully we can give him a part of the game, which I think would delight everyone over there.
Kiko, your first goal of the tour of Asia. Did you enjoy the game tonight?
Yeah, very. It was a great game. We played very well. They were like a good team. They wanted to show this is like the game of their life. So they want to show a lot.
Was it difficult? Was it hot? It must have been really hot and humid. How difficult was it?
Yeah, it was very hot here, you know. It's too hot. Like you get tired very soon, you know. It was good atmosphere, you know. It's very good playing from those people that they deserve it as well.
And you played with Michael Owen, obviously a very experienced striker. Are you learning from him?
Yeah, of course. I have to learn from him because he's one of the best strikers, you know. So it's very important to play with him and learn, get better day after day.
The manager said you're very much now one of his first team strikers. Can you believe what's happened to you in the space of just a few months?
I don't even know what to say, you know. I have to thank him, and because without him I didn't have a chance to play in the first team. Him and all the staff of the first team of Manchester United. Just have to thank him and work hard to make sure that he gave me more chances.
Well done tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, a 2-0 victory. What did you make of it overall tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was a good performance. You know, they didn't really have any chances. I thought we played some good football at times, and you know, the lads got a good workout from it as well.
You're glad not to be an outfield player in those humid conditions?
Yes, you know, I thank my lucky stars on my goalkeeper sometimes, because you know, just doing the training sort of in the week, it's a nightmare. You know, you do a little jog and you're sort of out of breath. You just can't get enough oxygen, and it's hard work for the lads.
Because you obviously didn't have a huge amount to do tonight. Is that in a way frustrating for you?
Yeah, you'd like to have a bit more to do. You know, the other day was sort of a bit more busier than what we expected it to be. But you know, I suppose when you come to these places, you know that you're not really going to have much to do.
2 appearances, 2 goals from Michael Owen. I suppose he's doing what we all know he does for a living, really.
Yeah, you know, he's had a lot of doubters and that, and you know, somebody that's scored the amount of goals that he has over his career. You know, as long as he's fit, he's always going to score your goals. He's just that type of player, you know, a little poacher in the box that will always get on the end of things and nick you a goal.
What do you make of the trip to the Far East and the interest in you with the crowds at the hotel and the airport, and there were 85,000 here the other night?
It's just mad. It's just mayhem. You know, when you're back home, you don't really sort of get a grasp for how sort of how mad for Manchester United they are out here. You know, the lads said that the last time they came, they got an unbelievable reception. You know, all the games were sold out, and like you said, you know, outside the hotel, there's always people outside the hotel. There's a lot of noise. You know, it's just great to come out here and sort of get that welcome.
How big is how important is the next 12 months for you? Just signing a new contract. How important is it?
Big, you know, I've got to sort of kick on now. I've got to start, you know, playing a few games, and I think, you know, the sort of key for me this season is to, you know, stay fit and play more games. You know, ideally I'd like to be involved in the England squad at the end of the season. So that's something I've just got to, you know, sort of focus on and do my best and, you know, try and play some games.
Is that a real motivation, the fact that, you know, there is a World Cup at the end of the season?
Exactly. It's, you know, it's a World Cup. You know, you don't get too many chances to play at World Cups during your career. So, you know, I feel like, you know, as long as I can play some games, I've got a sort of realistic chance of getting there.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.